Here we go, back with another broadcast. This time with NBA 2K16. I'll do some my career games.
Another one.
First, I'm gonna do some my park. Hopefully, if my friend will be on soon enough. This is my quote.
And I can't quit, all I know is HBK, yeah, you know how and I can't quit, all I know is
we go against the Spurs. Yes, the Spurs. The Bucks. That game, 42 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Crushed the Bucks, man. Crushed. About to go against the Spurs.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Dallas Mavericks. And right now for the Mavericks, they certainly seem to be on a mission. They must be satisfied with the way things have gone for them over the first few months. They've played with confidence and composure and have won more than their share of games. And a chance in this one to get a look at the NBA's leading scorer. Freak has just been incredible so far this season. Just defies description. Do you see him holding onto the scoring title this year, Kenny?
Well, a big thing for Freak is trying to avoid the stat-chasing things that a lot of former players tried to do. Just getting his points. Now, if he just comes in and plays the way he's been playing, then...
Do that. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's the Battle of the Alamo here in San Antonio as the Dallas Mavericks come in here in hopes of making a statement. These guys are hot, no doubt about it, continuing to put up win after win.
Well, they're a team no one wants to face right now. The level they maintain during this winning streak has really been incredible.
It really has been. I mean, really daunting to face them at this point if you're the opponent. I mean, when they're playing, no, bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it. A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
A short time ago, I had a chance to catch up with Greg Popovich. They're looking to break the tie on this season series, and I asked him what he thought might be a key factor. He said it always seems to come down to getting a stop. We have to get our hands up to contest shots, or as we often do, even send them back. That's how we'll win this game. Sounds like a plan, Kevin.
Okay, thank you, Doris. And the defensive approach, guys, how do you think that'll play out here?
You know, sounds like they'd like to keep this a low-scoring affair. This could be one of those grind-it-out kind of games.
And I'm sure that would suit them just fine. It may not be what the fans want to see or hear, but a win is a win. Come on now. A W is a W, and that's what you're playing for.
Ooh. Here's Parsons. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Parsons got 5 points so far. Nobody near Leonard. And it's good in the assist by Parker.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Wesley Matthews on the wing. Back to Harris. Another three for Dallas.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
You say you leaving at 4?
To the middle. It's tipped. Nowitzki with the steal. Parsons passes to Harris. Expanding his range. Another three for Dallas.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Screen by Duncan. And Parker, here we go. Can't get it to go. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
And the wide open shot from Green. San Antonio again missing. Left side Parsons takes the 13-footer. That's good on the jump shot. Parsons got 7.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
And now, your first team.
Pirates are a good team.
Doris Burke has something for you. Doris?
Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle said to his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Nowitzki. Coach wants him to go from one of the key guys to the key guy. And from the way he responded in the huddle, I think he's up to the challenge. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Spurs trail by 13. Now Chalmers. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Aldridge. The Mavericks pull it in.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Nowitzki a screen. On its way from Parsons for 2. Great D that time from Green.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And here's Chalmers from the arc. Shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Last time they met was in Dallas.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Yeah, I think they felt that game slipped away from them. And it wasn't so much that they missed a lot of shots as much as it was they fought foul trouble the whole night.
Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 20-7 run. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Knocks down the 3 ball. Harris has got 19 points.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense too.
And Chalmers kicks to Aldridge. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Dallas leading by 16. And Matthews gets it to go in on the assist by Harris. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night. West a screen on Harris. And Chalmers kicks to Aldridge. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Daniel Green. Sanders checked in for Dallas. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Parsons on the wing. Here's Nowitzki. And he makes good on his first shot of the game.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Here's Leonard. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Here's Chalmers. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Here we go, San Antonio, please.
And LaMarcus Aldridge, the franchise player on this team, without question. He talked about the
in every aspect, you know.
Greg, does that acceptance come with putting a whole lot more?
That's why I hate the
Four. The Spurs have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's West in at the 5. That's the San Antonio 5. Green against Harris. Parsons on the wing.
Sticking too much.
Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The open shot by Leonard. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Nowitzki's shot's good.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Parker dishes to Green. Parker outside from 15 feet away. Jump shot is good that time.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
To the paint. And the basket by Harris. Harris has got 21.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks played just phenomenally. He finished with 42 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a monstrous game.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
Back to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Up and in and on the way up. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Orea, the pass to Harris. From deep 3-point range. Oh, it's the buzzer beater.
3 points at the buzzer.
Definitely an answer to prayer there.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's Dallas. They finish off the second quarter on a 14-6 run. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Buzzer beater, man.
Here we go, San Antonio.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
What a game we've seen here for Harris. He's got 24 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
I think we need a calculator to keep track of just how many of those he's knocked down.
On the floor for Dallas, Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Matthews out there with Harris, and it's McGee in at the center position. And Parsons kicks to Harris. Now when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Parsons on the wing. Back to Harris. Nowitzki a screen. Parsons dishes to Nowitzki. Lets it go from deep. Matthews no good. The Spurs shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Leonard the pass to Parker. Duncan right side. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Timeout Spurs.
And how about we take a look at Tony Parker? How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Chalmers comes in for Green. It's Mills in for Parker.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Now here is Harris, covered by Mills. They get it back. Nowitzki. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Mavericks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
San Antonio making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Williams, he's checked in for Dallas. Time now for an injury report.
He told me he bruised his hip pretty badly, but thinks that he'll probably be okay. The schedule becomes a real grind at this time of the year, and that injury is only going to make things harder on this team. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
Clamps, Oakland, clamps.
Now, here's Mills. He's guarded closely. Screen by Duncan. Here's Chalmers. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Williams kicks to Matthews. To the inside. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Matthews. That's 28 points for Freak.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Leonard on the wing. All sorts of time. It's rebounded by Dallas. Harris has got his 4th rebound in this one.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Mills dishes to Anderson. To the paint. Here's Duncan, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Here's Chalmers. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Dallas.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. And Boris Diaw is subbed for Kyle Anderson. And the basket by Harris.
He is on fire from behind the arc.
Yeah, it seems like all of his points are coming from deep, Greg.
West, right side. Hands the 12-footer. Here is Williams. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Left side, Harris. Now the pass to Sanders. And that one's good. Sanders has got 6.
You know, the rest of the D can be stretched a little thin when the double team's in place like that.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Williams. Picked by West. Leonard attacking. It's hauled in by Harris.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
For Dallas, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. And the first one at the line is good. And the Spurs with some changes. Green, he's checked in for Chalmers. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Dallas making a switch here. Spurs have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. And Parker, here we go. Top of the key jumper, no good.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Move the ball.
Here's Harris.
Stick it too much.
Soft touch off the glass. Harris has got 12 points in just the second half.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's Parker with the drive. Right through the knee for the layup. Parker's got 11 points.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Harris outside. And it would have counted had it.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Aldridge out there with Duncan. Then there's Anderson. Then there's Chalmers. And it's Mills in at the point guard. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's the 3. Mavericks with the rebound. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Harris kicks to Sanders, and he gets the bucket.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Spurs shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Duncan with a screen on Harris. Now here's Mills, guarded by Harris. And Mills kicks to Duncan. The rebound by Anderson.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
On the wing, Harris, covered by Mills. Out to the right wing. Harris outside. Clock at 4. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Sanders, that's in there. Johnson with the assist. And that's now 10 points for Larry Sanders.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
The fadeaway, that's good. And it's 6 points for Duncan. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's Harris. Drills it from outside.
What a final quarter these guys are having from downtown, just burying the threes in bunches.
And they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason not to. I mean, work that perimeter. It's going good for you. Work it until it stops.
What a drive there. It didn't bother him at all to have a much taller defender hanging all over.
Anderson passes to Harris. Dallas moving the ball around. Screen by Sanders. And it's Harris off the drive. A timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Harris has got 41. For San Antonio, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Aldridge with a screen on Harris. The kick out to Anderson. And it's San Antonio with another.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but Clark, they really kept the ball under control.
I thought they were both focused and relentless, Kevin.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Greg, they've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Harris. He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds. And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
Puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to Duncan. San Antonio with the ball. Dishes it to Chalmers. And Duncan with the basket on the assist by Chalmers.
Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Now here is Harris. Can't connect. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson. Just a few.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
How about the show Freak was putting on tonight? It was a freak show. That's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. Being able to use either hand and being as skilled as he is poses so many problems out there. But as modest as he is, he's not going to gloat even though he's having a great performance. He's going to go right back out there to work for the next game.
Is this one working off? It works too.